Hello to all my So Simple of Lynchburg people and those who are following from elsewhere. I thought I'd go ahead and do a quick little video on the Artistic SD16 over my shoulder. So this is a Janome machine, sit-down long arm, and we're getting ready to sell it. Got a couple of people looking at it, and I thought if I'm going to do any videos on this thing, I better hurry up and get her done. So just finished up our Saturday night quilt along with our Bohemian Owl project, and went for over an hour of live quilting, which is kind of crazy, and thought I'd just go ahead and do this quick little video for anybody who is interested. I keep telling people in one of the online Facebook groups for this particular machine that I was going to do some videos for this, and what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to adjust the bobbin tension on this machine, because this is, a big industrial type long arm machine just set down into a table, so it's still very similar as far as moving the quilt to what you might be used to at your sewing machine. So there's no learning curve for going from your sewing machine to a big machine like this, other than a few little adjustments, and one of those for a lot of people is messing with your bobbin tension. So when we are doing bobbin tension on a sewing machine, typically a machine that has been kept up as far as servicing and that kind of thing does not need to have its bobbin case adjusted for tension in between services, but on a long arm machine you do. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this around. So this is the bobbin case with a bobbin in it for this machine. So it is a vertical loading bobbin. The bobbin case itself faces to the side, so you have to reach underneath the table to pull it out and put it in. Takes a little bit of getting used to because it's kind of hidden underneath the table, but it's so nice and big that eventually you get the hang of it. And nice big bobbins. These are bigger than your regular sewing machine bobbins. So a lot of long armers and sit-down machine users will actually use a thing called a TOWA gauge, T-O-W-A, and will help them set their bobbin tension. I don't have one of those, so we're just going to demonstrate the tried and true drop method. So if you're not familiar with a vertical bobbin, maybe you've always been sewing on a Janome with a drop-in bobbin, it's quite a bit different. If you are used to using vintage sewing machines and some of the lower end mechanicals, you get this kind of bobbin case device that you put your bobbin in. And here's my bobbin. Where's my thread? There it is. So, when you have a bobbin, your thread can come off on the left. That's like the letter P. Or you can flip it around like the letter Q. And we want to put it into the bobbin case like the letter Q. Wow, this is really hard to do looking through my camera. Let's see here. So I've got my thread in one hand, and there's my going into this groove right here, and pulling it in until it pops into the little tensioner. Gosh, I cannot see what I'm doing. There we go. All right. So it's in the tensioner. I'm just going to let it hang like a yo-yo. So if I put my thread into the bobbin case and I set it on my hand and I pull on the thread and the thread just keeps coming out, then my bobbin tension is too loose. If I can pick it up and hold it like a yo-yo and it just stays, then I know it's not too loose, but it could be too tight. Let's try to let it stop spinning. But now I just want to kind of give it a little drop test. And my hand is getting high. This is hard to demonstrate. So my hand is getting higher and my thread is just coming down. Stop spinning. And it's like a little yo-yo. Let's do it maybe with my hand a little closer so you can see. So I'm just giving it a yank. And see how that thread is spooling out, but it's not sliding down? That means my tension is nice right where I want it. And that tension is going to change depending on the type of thread that I've got in here. So this is a Glide 40 weight embroidery thread, and it should work for all Glide 40 weight embroidery threads, you would think, but some threads actually need just a little bit more tension or a little bit less tension depending on how much pigment is actually on the thread. So I actually hear you need less tension on a black thread than you do on something lighter, because it actually has just an infinitesimal amount more pigment on the thread. But this is just a great way to do just that little drop test. So it gets a little bit lower, but it's not sliding down. So if I want to adjust that, and I don't want to adjust it because it's perfect, but if I did, I would use my handy dandy little screwdriver and find that screw. And so it's just like anything else, lefty loosey, righty tighty. So if it's going too loose, we're going to tighten it up. There are no numbers on here, so you just kind of got to look at your screw head as the face of a clock and turn it 10 minutes, 15 minutes, half an hour, whatever that adjustment is, and try to keep check of that. And again, this is just called a drop test for your bobbin. All right, so that's all I have. I told you it was going to be a quick little video. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.